Good morning. Bum 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 bum. What's up, slut? What's up, pepperoni? What's up, Adam? What's up, Christabel? Oh, looks like another female we can intimidate. Sweet. Welcome. What's up, Simon, man? What happened to FTMO? You lost or you win? Okay, well, it depends on what you consider a loss and a win. If you consider a win exclusively making 10% in the month, then I lost. If you consider a win to be making money, then I won. I told you guys, man, I may be the best human in the world, but I am not the best trader, unfortunately. Too bad. Who cares? What are you gonna do? What's up? Bunch of waving. Hey, Sharky. Why Jaguar? Why? I love Jaguars. See, the thing about where I live, dude, is every fucking person has a Porsche or a Tesla. Everybody here. Everybody, this is like the fucking Hollywood Hills of Canada. Everyone here is like super rich, and I just wanted something different. And nobody's got no Jaguar. Meow. Meow. Nerian, man, how you doing? Been a while since I seen you around. Hope your family's doing well, dude. Nerian, I remember your family had some little bit of worry there with the COVID stuff, and you've been busy with your doctor stuff, right? Your doctor practice. Hope you're doing well, dude. Yeah, Jag is just fine, dude. Jag is such a blend of like sports and luxury. It's perfect. So I'm not like that flashy Lambo douchebag. Because, guys, I'll be honest, you guys already know, I already look like the biggest fucking douchebag in the world, right? So I can't show up in a fucking Lambo or Ferrari, a red Ferrari, I'm already such a douchebag. I gotta like show up in something nice. Busy man, thanks for getting spicy down here. So what do you mean with spicy? Spicy, sounds tasty. All right, let's do this. Boop, there I am. Boop. There we are. Alright, guys. Show up in a McLaren. Yeah, I don't like McLaren either. I don't like these, like, super toy car looking cars. Yeah. We got 3.18R using the sweep reclaim strategy. That's a great method, dude. Look at this. I actually circled one right here for you, the sweep reclaim. And you notice it swept here too, so this is real powerful. The sweep and reclaim. This is what you're talking about. The thing, you know, I'm going to tell you guys this. I don't actually have it in my strategy with that sweep reclaim video. There's only 76 of you watching right now, and maybe a few people are going to watch this in the future. But I teach a little bit extra tidbits when I give people like a private lesson or whatever. And with the sweep reclaim strategy, I figured out a great way to teach it. And over the time, I get better and better with my teaching and make it so that it's more obvious so that you guys know what to do, right? So what I noticed is if you want to be really, really accurate with your sweep and reclaim strategy, what you do is, let me see if I can find a good example of it. Maybe on Euro here. I know the Euro is good here. So what you do is you see a previous high, and then you have to watch and make sure that the trend breaks in this direction first. So you see the high, it breaks the trend, and then it comes back and brings the trend back to the previous trend. So we have an uptrend, breaks the trend down, and then an uptrend again. So that breakdown shows weakness in the market, and then all this is a stop hunt before we go and continue the breakdown. That's how you're going to get a really accurate trade. If you see something like this though, this is not good. You see a high, no trend break, and it just continues the trend up, and then it sweeps it. That's much worse. You're going to have a much lower hit rate if you do that. Boom, there you go. 82 of you just got some real useful advice on top of that sweep reclaim strategy. That was in a video that I had made a while back. I'll give a few more strategies slowly over the time, because I know you guys like that shit, and but I think that'll help you guys with that there. Slut Muffin, thank you for the donation. You're a 6 out of 10, dude. I don't know. I think with a name like Slut Muffin, you gotta be at least a 7.2 out of 10. All right, took a break from trading last week, so here's the ad revenue you missed out from me missing the streams. Cheers, dude. Can we also take a look at Euro Pound? Of course, dude. Like the video. Let's look at this. Euro Pound. Ooh. Let's see what happened. Yeah, because we totally took a few days off going out on the vacations there. Look at what we were looking at. Remember, we were looking at this range and we were thinking, okay, we're either going to break down here to this liquidity area. We got a double bottom here. That would be a really nice place to sweep to, right? See that previous double bottom? And we have this range here. But we also have an untested supply there. So after we touched this and then we swept the lows here, right, came up, then we were undecided. We weren't sure where we wanted to go. We would just bounce around, and we wanted to see either we break up to the upside and then we're going to touch this, or we break to the downside and then we touch this. So still at first glance, I see no reason to believe that this is going to break down. Let's just take another look here. At first glance, let's get rid of that guy. Because I remember the circle was basically saying, okay, if it swept this high here, because that's a previous high, then we could be coming down. That's a possibility. This might be something right here. Let me put this on the hourly, just kind of get a, I don't know. So we have this previous high here, and we've just kind of barely gone above it, and we're really dumping down to the downside, kind of breaking these levels right here. You see that, right? These consolidation, breaking it. So this does actually look bearish right there. But I'm not convinced that this little move is going to cause a major time frame shift, right? Because if you really look at this, this is more of a small little thing happening here. So maybe what I would then look for is a small place that we could come back and retest, right? Maybe this area right here, we talked about that before as a possibility. We also look now, we can see a low here formed, or these lows here, the Monday low Monday low looks really good. We have triple test on that low, right? This is a possible untested zone. You could argue that that's kind of untested, right? So I would say we come down here, we kind of sweep that area, and then we continue our highs. That would be my prediction, right? We're still in this uptrend. We're still looking to get the upside. We're almost up there. I think most likely that's probably what's going to happen, dude. That's probably most likely what's going to happen. Yeah, dude, start off. Damn, so damn Hunter, I guess you're done now. Damn, I guess you're done now. Dropping crazy gems for us already. Yeah, that's it. That's the gem. The sweep gem. That's it. Stream over. All right, guys, that's enough. Just kidding. Yeah, like the video for that freaking gem there, and everyone rolling in here. You're gonna have to watch again. Yeah, you can book a consultation for private lessons there. I will warn you. If you do not have a substantial amount of money, do not book a consultation unless you just want to talk to me, ask me some questions, something like that. It's specifically geared for people who have a lot of extra money, right? So like multiple thousands, right? But Jaguar is high maintenance. Yeah, totally, dude. I don't care. I don't care. My girlfriend's high maintenance, alright? You think I'm just gonna give her up? Alright. Alright. Yeah, I'm glad that strategy's working there for you. Alright. 6 out of 10 is an inside joke with your friends. Tell us the joke, Slut Muffin. Type out the joke, I'm curious. Just like make sure it's not like crazy offensive. Christabel, sure, I will look at Euro USD only because you look like you are female. That's the only reason. Just kidding. I need to look at it anyways. Alright, so this one, I think I got it wrong. Oh my god. Shit. Okay. I thought when we broke down here that was going to be our giveaway, that we could go ahead and short it. And it looks like coming into this week, we just had such a strong rally. I really thought that was going to be the line. And that's too bad. Especially just the power of this wick up and then the showing that it's breaking completely down. That's so unexpected, right? This would be such a great situation. This is exactly what I would have looked for in order to get some shorts here, and I probably would have honestly tried to short right here if I was around. But we didn't. So, what are we looking at now? Well, if we're looking at the higher time frame, we kind of see this as a possibility for a rejection. And I would say that this is the only possibility for a rejection. So what's going to happen here is we're in an uptrend for today. So what I recommend, do not short the uptrend of the day. Right? So do not fight the trend of the day. What we're going to look for, hopefully, is during this Asia session, that maybe breaking through the New York or something, and then we reverse in the Asia session a little bit, and then coming into London, we go a little bit wicking around, something like that, and then we can trend down, right? That's the only hope for us, essentially, right? If we want to get into this magnet territory, right? Other than that, if it breaks above this area, there's honestly nothing stopping it up here, I don't believe. Oh, you know what? I think I'm wrong, actually. This didn't get tested. I was looking at the bigger time frame. That was not tested. Okay. This makes a lot of sense then. This makes a lot more sense. I think it's going to come up here. I think it's going to come to this level and then go down. If we're looking at the higher time frame here, if it goes above, we could obviously sweep this level, but this is the most obvious area that it would actually be rejecting off of. Other than that, it's probably just going to shoot to the moon after that. But most likely, it still needs to range a little bit, right? It's very hard for just break a new level out of nowhere like that after showing such strong weakness in the previous months. Right? And if we're looking at AUD USD, I looked at a very similar thing. AUD USD, I actually have a stronger bearish bias on because we swept these highs, right, on that high time frame. So I still have that bearish bias here as we're coming back up into the same area, but it's still a similar idea where I'm not so sure about what has been tested. So I think maybe we sweep this high if we do match a similar trend following the dollar strength, right? If the dollar is strong, maybe we come up here, we sweep this high, and then we break down to match that. That would make a lot of sense to me. The indicator names, I'm only using the London Asia sessions, London New York Asia session, and the Monday range. That's it. Monday range just tells me the range of Monday, so I know what day of the week it is. And then this is so I can see what time it is based all around the world. Simpler. Yeah, what time frame do you use to confirm your trend bias? So if you're day trading, I like to look at the hourly. Sometimes I throw up the 4 hour if it's a bit messy. So if I don't really see any major good levels or anything, like if it's a little bit chunky, a little bit floppy around, I'll just go to the 4 hour and I'll say, okay, maybe this is a good level or something. Like look at that euro here. If I looked at the 1 hour here, I think I remember it being just a little bit messy and I didn't like it. So I just jumped to the 4 hour. It made it a little bit cleaner for me to figure out what's going on. But generally that, and then for the day, I'm looking at the 15 or the 5 on the lower half there. Took a couple of better profits since using supply and demand of support and resistance. Thanks to you. Can you take a look at gold? Yeah, sure, man. Appreciate it. I'm glad I've helped. Yeah, here's a thing for taking profits, guys. For taking profits, there's let's say 4 places you can take profit. Sweet. There's 4 places you can take profit. 1, supply and demand areas. 2, highs and lows. 3, gaps. And 4, it's very similar to supply and demand, but basically SR flips. So where you would have broken out of something. So let's take a look at those. So I'll look at gold in a second, by the way, dude. So what I mean by this is this would be supply and demand. This is an area that it broke out from and it consolidated there in supply and demand. So there's a demand area where there's a lot of people waiting to fill orders. This is the breakout level, right? So it's a little bit higher. I don't like those. I do not take those, but some people do, right? It's not greedy enough for me, and I like to be greedy. The next thing is gaps. Gaps are simply just a more powerful supply and demand. And the next thing is highs and lows, because we know that this was a pivot point. So if we're targeting here, most likely it's going to pivot around that area again, right? If that makes sense. So here would be a good place to take profit, right? Okay, let's go get gold. Why don't I automate my strategies? Bots are stupid. That's why. Alright, it's been a while since I look at gold here. Ooh, This tells me nothing. Unfortunately, you guys might be thinking, "Oh, okay, is that a high?" There's multiple tests of this level, 1, 2, 3-ish. So we could go a little bit past it. That's all I can think about it. You guys might think, okay, we're roughly around a high, so it might break down. I'm not sold on it. It could go much higher. Lower time frame. Lower time frame. What are we looking at? We're already passing this. We're already passing this top, aren't we? Rejected off at once, going past now. Don't see any reason for it to sweep here. I don't see any reason for this to stop going up. Not right now. I would just follow the trend on this. But, yeah. So there's not a whole lot I can say. I would just follow the trend. Maybe up to here. 1800. Follow the trend up to 1800, but just do like, since we're already on the higher time frame, like pretty high up. Oops. We're already pretty high up. You would have to be doing day trades, right? So you'd have to be just entering on the day and then exiting on the day, the same day, because we're not going to go very far still, most likely. That's all we could really do. Onto a major scale. Unless there's something here. No, I don't know, man. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me on the major scale either. Okay. US 30. Oh, can you teach us psychology? Oh man, what? Whenever I sit down, I gotta stretch so much. Who was my mentor during my trading journey? There was a few people. The guy in the signals group there, Urban, he was the first one that I actually sat down with, and he taught me some stuff. And he taught me a lot about my mindset and, you know, the logic of things. Not so much actual strategy, but his way of life and his way of thinking was very important. And I teach you guys something somewhat similar, right? Just the way I kind of describe things, right? And then I know a little bit of ICT, which is also the way that Conang trades, which he's in the signal group. I blend ICT with my method, and then also I kind of use an alternated version of SMFX, which I sat down with him also when I was developing a method, and I realized he was trading basically the same way as me, so I talked to him about it, and he was doing it for years. So I said, okay, give me some tips, whatever, because it's very similar what we're looking for, and it helped. So there's about three guys. There's three major guys. I think if you're just talking about YouTube people, maybe Sam Sedin and Chris Laurie, those guys. Okay, what were we looking at? US 30. Can I just look at the NASDAQ or something? Holy shit, what did I look at here? What did I do? Oh man. Shit, what is that? What is that? What is that? Oh my god, I deleted the wrong one. Oh, I was just explaining what we're gonna do when we reach here. You guys keep... This is the thing. You guys keep asking for the frickin' stock market, man. And I don't know shit about stocks. So I try to give you my advice, but it's like... It's bad. It's bad advice. NASDAQ. We're already in new highs on the NASDAQ. Damn. This one... I think you guys wanted the US 30. US 30 is very similar. Dow Jones. Boo. I think it'll keep going. Up to here. So let me break down some logic. Yeah. Okay. This is what I think. This is what I think, guys. We see double tap here. We see sweeping above on maybe a daily, weekly, it doesn't really matter. It's relatively quick. It didn't break very high through, and then it broke down pretty strong. We have supply area around here, and really broke down. This is kind of the important demand zone. I mean, you could argue that one's right there, but you would probably not see it on the daily. So this is the daily demand area. It's swept below. It's coming back up to test that zone. So we know most likely for sure, obviously, probably, if that made sense, we're going to come back to this untested supply. But then we were showing weakness in the market overall. Fundamentals are a little bit iffy. I would expect it to break down after that. That's my prediction. Yeah. Also, 1 hour. When you were in this range, we created lows. We swept those lows, rallied up really quickly, came back in the exact same area. See how this matches up there. Tested that after sweeping these lows, same idea. Sweeping all of that range and then breaking above this zone here. Does that make sense? So this is the test of this untested. Sweeping those, same idea here. Breaking back up, so we should rally there. There's nothing bearish about this right now. It might even not reject here. It makes most sense for this to just go up. Can you please introduce yourself briefly? What's up, guys? This is Hunter with Hunter FX. I am the most woke alpha Forex YouTuber on this bitch. You will never find anyone as handsome or as stunning or as humble as myself. There you go. How'd you like that? That's my introduction. All right. Yeah. If you want to know about me, it's just like I've been trading I started trading crypto in 2017. Made some money there. Lost a lot of money there too. And then I brought it over to Forex after crypto started being boring. Took me about 6 months of data collection and like hard ass work to find a system that worked, and then probably another 6 months to like actually figure out how to trade it without being emotional. And that's about it, dude. Can't be more woke than Val. Oh man, there's somebody more. Val's more woke than me? Shit, man. Cryptocurrency earn. You already asked me about FTMO at the very beginning, dude. I answered that question. I made money that month. I did not make 10%. You keep misspelling also, so that's funny. What happened to HTML? Congrats on the new Jag. Cheers. Thanks, man. You didn't get manipulated into liking something? Well, maybe you should like anyways, because you are getting manipulated in your own mind because you're thinking about liking the video already. More woke than Alex Becker. Yeah, I love Alex Becker. I definitely kind of stole that intro from his style. It's definitely the exact same thing as he does. and I like him a lot. He's a good he's like a good mentor. Let's look at UCAD. Yeah, smart. I like UCAD. So guys, UCAD. We were talking about this gap way back here. Of course, you all remember. We also swept these lows right there, multiple touches. We swept those lows perfectly. We took a nice little long there, and then we waited because we didn't know if it was just going to dump down here. So now we were waiting for it to come back to this blue zone. I drew a little arrow squiggle there, and all I'm expecting is this to come back down now. And we're just trying to short it down. We're just trying to take a little short all the way back down here. Nothing too crazy, because this is our untested zone right there. So I think most likely this could break, but because of this powerful momentum move and this untested area, I think there's going to be a lot of resting orders in this zone, and I think that's going to be the bounce point. So we're going to look for something like this coming into that, and then we're going to look to ride this all the way up. First of all, what did we touch here? Did we touch that? Yes. We still have this purple zone. It could go a little higher and then reject off of it. So that's a possible rejection area right there right away. But I think after that, we're going to be coming all the way back up here. There's so much trading going on in that area. So there's going to be hassle to get above that. But I do think we're going to be touching this yellow line eventually. It might take a year though. We don't know. I'll look at GU. We'll look at GU. Are your entries on the 5, 15? I usually trade based off of the 5. I have it on the 15 right now just because we're explaining. But the 5 is more accurate for entries. But the 15 is just an easier picture to look at. GU. Alright, guys. We are expecting some more downside. Major time frame, we see this major drop. Of course, there's untested levels here that we drew out. Now, I don't think there's any more. There might be one way up here. There might be one way up there. But we satisfied this demand that we wanted to touch, and we've really dumped back down. We looked and we followed it. We were doing super well with this, and then we were targeting this blue area or this blue area, right? Possible that we only touched this one, but we really came down. Now we've satisfied the demand that we were looking for here, so we can go ahead and rally off of this. Possible rejection is this purple, or this purple, essentially, right? We have this purple not quite being tested there. So at some point, we're going to reject off of one of these three, I believe. So it's either going to be right now, or it's going to be there, or it's going to be there. Right? Quite simple. Now that we've tested this one, we're going to come back up, find a place where there's too many orders, and then we're going to break down from there. Where are we going to come down to? Look at this one, probably over here. Probably right there. Make sense? Bum. Okay. So yeah, we'll look at you, Swiss. Sure. Being a beginner, lots of work to do. Yeah, man, it's a huge process. You'll get there. Just use it as a hobby. If you got it as a hobby, it should be good. You Swiss. When I wish people weren't promoting making 5K in a day, so unrealistic. I think some people are, if they have big money. I don't make that much. That's way too much. I don't have that much money. But I think if you have like $1 million account, it's very easy. What is that in a day? 1 million? Is it 5%? Oops. Oh, it's only 0.5%. I guess you could do that pretty. If you're trading with 100,000 account, and then you made 5%. Oops. Times 5. Make 5%. That's 5%, right? Yeah, 5,000 in a day. You could do that with 100,000. Personally, I'm not trading with 100,000, but yeah, we'll look at this in a second here. How long does the streams last? I'm kind of in the middle of jobs training. Yeah, usually I go on for about an hour, dude. Oh, what do you think of Trader SZ and Tom Dante? Yeah, Tom Dante is great. I know how he trades. I've seen a couple of his things, and he really likes the volume profile mixed with price action, which is cool. Cool. It's quite different type of price action than I would be looking at. He seems to have more of a based off feel type trading style, which I hate. Trader SZ, I've seen him on Twitter, but I don't know how he trades. Could you talk about your mentorship? I'm not going to talk about my mentorship, dude. If you're interested, you can book a call. I just don't want to, like, a lot of people don't care, so I'm not gonna talk about it. Click the like button to resurrect Minu's gold account. Trader Nick wants you. Trader Nick said he wants you a one-on-one. Jeez, that was difficult. One-on-one trading battle. Crazy. That'd be kind of funny. Okay, let's look at this. Let's look at the chart. So this is basically always the same as EU, but backwards. And I was looking at this earlier. I think higher time frame, guys. Higher time frame. So, you see this? We have multiple touches right here that I'd be interested in testing that and going up. This has been all tested. This low, if we break down a low, it'd be obvious that we're going to be going for another low there. Quite obviously, right? That's kind of a silly thing to say. But there's nothing really popping out at me as where we're going to be bouncing off of. This does kind of make sense that it could have been bounced off here. This could be a temporary low, right? We're kind of lining up with that consolidation. We're sweeping this low. That would make a lot of sense to me. So what we can do, considering there's nothing major that I really want to look for, is we can just kind of draw the order block here that we took bounce off of, right? That's the order block of interest. So as we break down, we're going to have to watch and see how it reacts in here. So if we look at the lower time frame too, let's look if there's any untested levels. Maybe the most likely area would be right here, right? So right on the low of that order block. So this is where I would want to look for a bounce. There we go. This is where I would want to look for a bounce. I have no reason to bounce off of it yet. We're just going to continue down until we meet the point that we're looking for, the demand that we're looking for, right? 1v1 on Rust. What is Rust? Is that a game? What is the best price action strategy? The one that makes you money. Doesn't matter what one, as long as it makes you money, dude. One-on-one bare knuckle fight. Dude. I'd probably lose. Chair fart. I'd probably lose, man. One-on-one on Rust. Is Rust a game? Sounds like a game. What's the difference between order blocks and supply and demand? Good question, my man. I use them kind of both hand in hand. They're essentially very much similar. I use the term supply and demand as something like this, where I say this is supply because that's an untested level where there's a lot of resting supply. That there was trading in that range, and then it broke down quickly, right? As an order block is essentially just any area of any candle, singular candle of interest, right? So this is the order block that created the pivot, right? And generally, again, we're going to be looking for major quick moves, right? So they kind of are basically the same thing. I just using them two different ways, right? Yeah, pretty much the same thing though. Do I stream daily? Yeah, most days. Yes, Rust is a game. What's it? Is it like a shooter game or what? I don't have any games. I have League of Legends that I play maybe like once a month, but I stream daily. Oh, Rust is a map in Call of Duty. Yeah. Do you use an exit strategy that's just indicator? Yeah, so how I exit a trade is I either meet the target that I'm looking for, or a entry requirement in the reverse direction is present. So what do I mean by that? I mean, let's say, for example, very obvious example, if I see an engulfing candle like this, that is my entry requirement to a trade, right? So if I see that, I enter a trade, right? Now, if I'm looking to target here, I either am going to take my profits at the target, or if I saw a engulfing candle in the reverse direction, which you don't see here, obviously, then I would close. Which, actually, you know, maybe you see it here or something, I don't know. Here, this would be engulfing candle, and then I would close or something. If that was my requirement to enter. But it's not. It's just a very simple example. So I like to use sweeps of levels, which you're going to learn all this stuff watching the videos. Mostly sweeps of levels, manipulation, trend changes using price action, so changing the trend, but not simply just a trend change, because trends can change but then continue back the trend. So it has to be a very obvious manipulation and then trend change. What is my broker? You can see on the FAQ of my website, I have a few that I've used. Those are the few that I've used and I trust. Let's look at take on moving averages. Don't use them. Useless. They offer nothing of value. GJ. Alright, guys. Look at GG. Did you see that kid exposing me? Yeah, dude. Okay, you know what? I don't care. I don't care because his facts are actually just lies. He said something about he signed up for the signal group and every single signal was wrong. Every single signal was wrong. It's just a lie because we have a 75% hit rate so far. And then he also said that I said it was free, but then it charged his credit card, which it didn't. It didn't charge a single person, except for people who are buying it now. So he just lied about a bunch of shit, and like people are calling him out on this video. The thing that like bothered me more is he made a video the same day I posted a different video, and he copied my thumbnail and title. He copied it exactly, except he replaced my face with his face. He used the exact same thumbnail, pasted it on, and then pasted his face on top of my face, and then named it the exact same. And then it didn't even reference me. All he did was make the same content. He made the same video, the exact same video, but pretended like it was his. That's the shit that annoyed me. Alright, let's look at this. Right here, guys. Right here. We're in this downtrend, obviously. So in that downtrend supply zone here, let's get rid of this thing. We hit that target. Where else? Look at this line. Triple test. See that triple test there? Boop, boop, boop. I bet it goes down there. I bet it goes down there. Pull that liquidity. Where am I going to put it? I'm going to put the target here. Target acquired. Boom. We didn't actually even hit it. That's even better. Ooh, that's even better. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. 100%. 99%. Right here. Boo. Boo. Damn it, magnet. Come on. Boo doop. Right there. Okay. Had to make a noise. And then look, supply zone touched, right? Major drop. We're coming back. We're retesting it. Get some more orders in, right? Let the second rounds of players enter. And then what do we see coming into it? We see slowing down. We see a weakness as we get in there. And then just very lightly breaking new highs. Sweeping this level, dumping back down. What are we doing now? What are we doing now? Simply, again, coming back up, retesting this zone, looking to get more traders into the trade on this order block. More traders into the trade on that order block, and then we can target the lows here. This would be maybe a decent trade, actually, guys. Something like that, maybe. But maybe I'd look for a little bit higher. I like to be greedy. I like to be pretty greedy. So something like this. Slightly below lows. Follow that trend. Above those highs. I think, because if it does come here, it's going to break way higher. There's nothing else supporting it. Yeah. That's decent. That's a decent trade right there. Mind you, though, it might be smarter to wait till the London session. Jesus, my glasses need to be retightened. They're like halfway down the whole time, like this. Like this the whole time, and then I can't see. I need to like tighten them or something. I don't know what the fuck I did to them. Dude, you mentioned ICT. Do you similarly look for pullbacks in the same range, just without fibs? To me, ICT is a really nice start once focused on strategy. Yeah, ICT is great, dude. He's a little bit boring, and that's why I recommend watching me, because I tried to make institutional trading not boring, because these guys are very boring. But ICT, I basically use similar strategies that are blended into my definition of trend, right? So I use a lot more sweeps and trend defining. I define trend based off of how the candlesticks are forming. ICT doesn't do that. ICT basically just looks for what is it, like the fib stuff and things like this on the New York Open. So when I blend all my stuff into the New York Open and what he's looking at, it's really a great combo, and that's the best thing I've found so far. But yeah, with his fib shit, you know, when he goes in the New York Open, what he goes is he's like, okay, there's a move here, and then he looks for that pullback, right? Which is essentially where I'm looking for, because you can see the order block I was looking for was that one right there, and he's always looking for it right there. Right, so the fib doesn't do anything, but it just gives you a good idea of where you should be looking. Right, that's the level I would look to want to get in on. It might go a little above this though. It might go here, because this could have been the move. It could go up here still. Who's the kid? I think you're talking about the guy, the YouTuber guy there. I'm not gonna post his channel. He's like a brand new YouTuber, and the first videos he's made is just like bashing me and Trader Nick about how we charge too much for things. Like, if you guys can't afford education, then just learn it on your own. Learn it for free. Who gives a shit? People making fun and like exposing us because we charge for our services, it makes no sense. yeah, there's nothing more to that. What are the different square? These ones? This is the London session. This is the New York session. Do you recommend trading with leverage on Forex? How much for $1,000 capital? I recommend you learn how to risk 1% per trade and then do that. You want to flip $100 to $100,000. Don't. You won't do it. It is not possible. Do not even think that way. I actually recommend you go to watch somebody else who's done it on a demo account, and that's how you're going to be able to see that happen. It's not possible. So as ICT guy of smart money trading, should we just be following him? I mean, you should follow ICT if you want to learn how to trade like ICT. Yeah. I'll recommend anybody that I actually like. I like ICT. I use some similar strategies from him. $100 to $100K would be a scammer's favorite video. Yeah, dude, maybe I'll make a video about it. Can you please explain DCA? Yeah, DCA is dollar cost averaging. So it's essentially not accepting a loser and just continuing to add to a losing position, so that when you, so let's say I went short here and it went into profit a little bit and then it started coming back up. So now as it's going against me, I add to the position so that I average, so that my entry is no longer here. I enter also here, so the average is now here, right? So that takes me only half the distance to break back into profit. Now this sounds well all and good, right? Because you can just keep adding, right? As it goes up, you go up, and then your average is now up here. So then when it does come down, you've just made way more money, right? And you have a lower lose rate, right? But the problem is you're gonna win 90% of the time, and then eventually you're just gonna lose completely. Oh, the guy's name is not F4X. That's a different guy that was trying to expose me. That guy was complaining about my pricing, yeah. And there was a kid, there's like an 18-year-old kid or something that's brand new. He's got like 4 subscribers or something. That he's made a few videos about me. And it's not the same guy. There's a bunch of them coming out, just like, yeah. There's a bunch of them. I think I've seen like 5 or 6 different channels that are all like brand new, and they're just trying to follow like the same marketing strategy or something like this, to get some following or something. Yeah. Oh, I see that there are different colors, purple and blue. Is that like long blue and short purple? No, so the blue boxes are demand zones that I'm drawing. So this is indicative that I see a possible turn for a bounce there. And purple, I see a possible drop there. I don't actually short them ever. I put them there as a reminder that I would want to watch the market there. What do you think of Mamba FX? I think he's really funny. I was actually just watching a video up here of his before the stream. I think he's a pretty funny guy. I don't actually know how well he trades. I haven't watched his stuff. I've only watched like one of his videos. I think if he is a good trader, he's not the best teacher, based on what I've seen. So he needs to be more descriptive with how he speaks, which gives me the impression that he's not the best trader. But he could be. He could be a great trader, and he's just not very good at explaining himself, right? That's just based off of the little bit I've watched. How much profit have I made on the 10K Signal account? So the Signal account is up to 13K. Yeah, so I started with 10K. I think a little bit over 10K because I added a little bit too much. But we're up like at least 20% in like 2 weeks, risking 1% per trade. Signals are on the website hunterfx.co. Yeah, you're not gonna pass, or you're not gonna say the guy's name out of respect. Yeah, I appreciate it, dude. I don't want to like give out his channel because he's like brand new, and all he's basically done is just like made up lies. They're exact lies. He's not even bending the truth. It's just like complete opposite of the truth, and it's pretty obvious if you do any research that they're lies. BLW Trading Academy. I don't know who those are. BLW. I think I've seen that. BLW. I'm not sure what that is. He's a good trader, but he's not a good teacher. Yeah, that's kind of what I would assume. Because when I was watching some of his videos, it's just the way he teaches. I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't want to give out his strategy. He wants to like create a lot of clout, and then he doesn't want to actually give out his strategy. So maybe that's why he's a bad teacher. Which is kind of something I struggle with too, where like on stream here, I obviously have people who have paid me for me to give them like in-depth detail, right? So I want to be fair to them also and not give stream absolutely everything. So I have to be slightly vague. So I can't, I want to give you guys everything I can, but at least to be fair to these people who like really put in the effort to learn stuff, then I want to give them everything I can. So it's kind of like that. But I think I give like a pretty good amount of detail. The kid has no hygiene. Oh man. What do you think of I Am Academy? I'm not sure, dude. I don't know what that is. A lot of these educational things, like I don't know, dude. I don't know what they are. I haven't tried them. Can you show the Edgewonk journal? I can show you the one I reset it for the 10K account. Yeah. So we got three trades running. This one's still running. These two are running. And we got mostly winners. These two are in profit. Actually, they're all in profit. This one already took profit, I think. No, this one did. Yeah, that one did. It's only been running for a couple weeks. We had our first losing day there yesterday. We had lost one trade. We only took one trade. Yeah. How did I learn how to trade? I taught myself, man. Basically, watched a lot of YouTube, talked to people who I knew their shit. You gotta do research on people, right? Figure out if they actually know stuff. Base it off of how they teach you things, right? If people give you vague answers, then they're not going to be the best teachers. And then talk to them, listen to them, and then develop your own methods, right? Okay. Cool, guys. I think I'm going to wrap it up. Running on exactly an hour here. I think I'm done. I think I'm done. I'm going to start a new series, guys. And it's going to be all... I know a lot of you guys are beginners. So I want to have this channel focused for intermediates, right? But I know a lot of beginners are coming here and they're asking me a lot of beginner questions. So I'm going to start a series that basically is going to tell you where you should go and learn things. I'm not going to teach them because I don't want to create the same stuff everybody else is creating, right? All this beginner, boring, basic stuff that it would add no value to my channel. But I can create a series that says, okay, this is the first step, right? So this is the first thing you do, knowing that what I know now, this is where I would start. And then I would go here, and then I would go here, and then I would go here, right? And that's how I would learn and create my own profitable system if I started brand new. Hopefully that helps some people. But I think I'm going to wrap it up. Yeah, yes, please. Awesome. Sounds good. Yeah, awesome. Good stuff. What type of trader am I? I am a mean one. A very mean trader. Thanks for helping the scrubs. Alright, guys. See you guys tomorrow. Should be around tomorrow.